Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Yuzul, your resident donkey for this evening, and this is The Great War Western Front by Petroglyph and Frontier Developments. So yeah, simply we're doing Elite and Jurassic Park amongst other things. They're turning into quite the varied studio these days. Anyhow, first things first, I'm going to remember to actually change the battery in my headset because this might take a while. Trench warfare is not a quick business, just an extremely bloody one. And, yep, welcome to the main menu. We've got the usual array of settings, user sign up, credits, etc. 4 game modes, campaign, historical scenarios, random skirmishing, and multiplayer. And, well, we'll start with the campaign because that does happen to include a tutorial. So, may as well start there because that's a pretty comprehensive run at the game. Hello, Tower Crew. Let's give you a good idea of the basics and how it works. Hello, J-Dog. Welcome, welcome. So, we'll kick off from the beginning. I've already played a little bit just to get the basics, but start from the top, give you all a rundown and see where we go. Yes. The funny thing was, if Zimmerman had simply blasted it off as a fake, he might have gotten away with it. But he didn't, so that was that.
I lied about my age and joined up when I was 17. Looking back, I was just a foolish boy looking for glory on the battlefield. The enemy had sunk our ships and tried to turn Mexico against us, and they had to pay. My platoon arrived in France in April of 1918. General Pershing organized our troops. My unit was assigned to a French contingent for training. None of us had any experience with the new way of fighting, and the trench lines were a bit of a shock.
You could say that. So, Lieutenant Colonel André Laurent, welcome to France. Right. Boop. So Laurent had been in the Somme. Yeah, that would give most people a rude wake-up call. So, the theatre map. It's traditional hex map. Yay! Allied nations are in blue. Well, Entente nations are in blue, and Central Powers nations are in red. Simple enough. And of course, this is April 19. The Russians have exited the war under the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk. No, J-Dog, 20th century Americans. So, yeah, the Germans have just freed 50 divisions, and now the Western Front's looking a teensy bit shaky. Our Germans see this spring offensive as something to worry about. Worrying civilians do not do well for morale. Once national will falls to zero, the politicians declare a surrender. That's it, you've lost. Or you've won. Depends whose politicians go for it. Also, there's a sudden death condition. If you get to Paris or Kreuznach, well, that's it. That's game over. But Paris is still a long way from the front lines. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4 hexes in it. Move camera, left click, select Paris. Germany can try to reach Paris, but we will never let them through. Each route has a Fessar. Okay, so you would have to hit Paris 5 times to reduce it and take it. Okay. Actually, no. 5 times? 6 times? 5 times. It's also a central hub for new recruits and manufacturing munitions. Yeah, not quite. I mean, most of the French heavy industry is actually on the western edge of the Ruhr region. There's a chunk down in the south as well, but that was why the Maginot Line was where it was. Okay. Our forces begin in Paris to be deployed. Military units can be moved on the map. Units can have different names, but act in the same way. So an infantry corps or a tank battalion, they're both units. Right. An infantry corps can contain multiple infantry types and artillery. Alright. Objectives coming in. Infantry are intel expecting a German assault at Chateau Thierry. French command requests that newly arrived Americans be moved up to reinforce the French forces. Click view objective. Right, there is Chateau Thierry. You must achieve laws. Will retreat. Some things like siege artillery can't be moved and will be lost. Right, so each nation has its own deployment region. Kreuznach for Germany, Calais for Britain, Les Mureaux for the Americans, and Paris for the French. Interestingly, of course, Les Mureaux and Paris, along with Montmorency and Torcy and Provence, are all in very, very close proximity, so they'll be fairly tough to take. Right, Les Mureaux, logistics keep the types together. Pretty at this stage of the game, it is very much World War I Hearts of Iron. Once we get into the actual combat, though, it goes more Total War. Right, select 3 infantry corps. So, 1, 2, 3. And then right-click on Chateau Thierry to get the Americans over there. Alright, they fill in defensive gaps, take stock and see what else is needed. Despite the language barrier, they seem to be getting on. Units can either move or attack. And you counterattack from a single region more than once per turn. Okay. Little fresh from high school. The common soldiers seem to get on great. The officers were having problems. No comment. Yeah. If you are ever unsure of logbooks, left click, reinforce Chateau Thierry. Move 2 French tank battalions to Chateau Thierry. So they've rather obligingly selected 2 French tank battalions for me. Move them over. Vroom. Done. Okay, so that's our strategy setup. Unfortunately, the Germans have other ideas. Command has given us gold! Money, money, money. This is a vital resource used for acquisition of all manner of items. Reinforce Montmirail, capture Châtillon-sur-Marne. Okay. No battle takes place without proper reconnaissance work. Okay, so select Montmirail and then initiate an army intelligence operation. Right, so now I know roughly what's in Châtillon-sur-Marne. Huzzah. Unfortunately, what's in Châtillon-sur-Marne is a lot of infantry and some A7s. Terrific. They've got 4 conscript corps, 2 line corps, and a tank battalion. More than we originally knew about. Terrific. This new information changes place what, and basically get everyone else over to Les Mureaux and reposition everybody to Montmirail. Cool. So we've bolstered up the infantry. We now have rough paracy. Don't question it, Ferret. Don't question it. I assume, well, I can't see any other A7Vs on the line, so maybe that's all of them. Maybe. Alright, purchase menu. Aha! I can get myself... Oh, I can get myself some FTs. Yay! And... purchase menu again to close it. Requisitions come through. We have our new tanks. They get delivered to Paris and then shunted up to Montmirail to run defence. Hooray, huzzah, etc. Aircraft again from the purchase menu. Air wings, steam fighter and bomber wings. So select the aircraft stack in Paris and shunt them to Montmirail as well. Cool. So we are stacked up at Montmirail. Think Total War Legolas, turn-based at the strategic level and possibly the operational art level, and real-time at the tactical. Okay, now we turn to outlying support for Montmirail. Siege artillery. Okay, they do not affect disunited command. However, any siege artillery still in the region when it's captured will be lost. So in other words, if you're about to lose a region, evacuate your siege artillery. Of course, the paradox is that your siege artillery will then not be available if for the last battle to hold the region. So do you try to hold with the big guns, or do you evacuate them to safety? Decisions. Just as we depend on spies and information, so does the enemy. So, Montmirail commence counter-intelligence. There we go. Yoink. So, no more spies in Montmirail for the moment. Just remember, when you want to order a beer in Germany, you don't do it like that. Okay, you've been using Godslove to bolster the reserves. Okay, however, we need supplies because you can't throw gold at the enemy, despite what some people seem to think. So, regional supply. Each unit has a regional supply. This is refresh for each battle. Supply depots allow us to... Okay, so upgrade the supply depots in a region, and therefore the troops in that region will be better supplied. Huzzah! So supply pipeline is now up to 600 with 900 in storage. Okay, we have other options. So airfields, hospitals, booze, defences, maintenance, etc. Well, yes, but the effective range of a lobbed gold brick is somewhat less than the effective range of a Gewehr 90 chambered in 8mm Mauser. Okay, so actions done. Turn indicator will switch to the enemy, and now the Germans get to have a go. Alright, the AI has the same options as I do. And oh look, they tried to put a spy into Châtillon-sur-Marne, and it did not work. Ha ha, etc. True, it's just you're not throwing the gold brick at the enemy. Right, and here they come. We are under attack. What are they throwing at us? Looks like potentially line infantry, flamethrowers, trench raiders, light and heavy artillery, and they have got 3 tanks available, which could be tricky. Alright, the AI can attack your territories. Knowing what you have. You will only be able to see exactly what the enemy are bringing in if you've got an active espionage mission running. In at the deep end. I mean, that's kind of what happened in April and May of 1918 to a lot of Americans. Okay, supply modifiers. The deployment plan shows you a great deal of information. Core supply, maximum supply draw. So total amount of supply that the core had with it. Maximum supply from the pipeline. Total available 2,000. Efficiency is critical. Yoink. Likely outcome is marked as a stalemate, so I could auto-resolve, but best to do this personally, I think. We just had that discussion, Takru. Yeah, Heart of Iron's tutorial was, here's the campaign, here's how you're going to lose. There's how you lost, now what have you learned? Château-Thierry is one of the few French towns to receive the Légion d'honneur. I didn't even know towns could get the Légion d'honneur. Alright, Adjutant Chef Garnier. Lieutenant Colonel Laurent has spoken highly of us and our ability to get things done. Well, that's very nice of him. All battles begin in the pre-battle phase, once you set your trenches and your initial troop deployment. Between them is no man's land, where nobody is building anything. Okay, so much for digging a sap trench. Feel free to look around and get your bearings. Theatre map controls are there. Okay. Already some trenches in place, and there are varying kinds of trench as well. Any trenches you build will remain in place. So the more a region gets fought over and reinforced, the more intricate the trench network is going to get. Until somebody loses control of the region, at which point the other side fills in the trenches and starts over. Objects such as weapon emplacements, artillery, and observation moves do not persist. However, a few have been added to save some time. Enemy trenches also persist. However, they can be updated, which means that you should probably do your reconnaissance before you go in. Alright, good trench layout serves two purposes. Firstly, it is staging ground. Secondly, it is defensive. Control points are the key. Talking with the French veterans, be in a trench as much as possible. So noted. Okay. Command trenches require you to have the infantry in the trench. And infantry assigned to the command trench are completely immune to damage, immune to siege artillery, however you may not fire out, so no god mode for you. You've got too many other things to do. Alright, need your men to repair and reinforce. Building deploying requires supply. 25% of supply is always reserved, so you can call in artillery. However, trenches! Right, so you have your basic firing trench. Dirt trench, target immunity from most rifle fire, light protection from artillery and tanks, but if a bomber or the heavy stuff gets to you, there's going to be a problem. Light tanks can roll right over. Reinforce it with wood, immune to rifle fire, medium protection from artillery and tanks. Reinforce with concrete, great protection, even covers you against airbursts, but good luck actually affording it because it's expensive as hell. And then there's the blockhouse. Cannot be destroyed, but they cannot attack out of it. So basically that's your storage or shelter if the artillery are really getting nasty. Okay, so click the Improve Trench button, build an improved trench. In this case, I think patching up the line there. Mouse wheel allows me to rotate. This will, of course, require a portion of supply. So let's plug that gap in the line. There we go. And then one trench will not suffice, so in order to be protected, the men must have firing trenches as much as possible. Okay, we'll put in a firing trench there. Create a second fallback line. Or I could put in a enfilade towards point A in case we lose this outer layer of trenches. Of course, if we lose the outer layer of trenches, what will happen is the fight will just start spilling down into the trench network. So let's put the fire position in there. You can upgrade a trench by placing a higher level trench. You cannot downgrade. Why would you want to? Upgrading costs less supply than building the higher level trench from scratch. Although I suspect that if you're starting from scratch, it would probably be basic firing, then in your next battle, improved firing, then in your next battle, put a advanced firing in. Okay, communication trenches. Great movement for speed, but cannot stay there. Okay, a communication trench leading nowhere is a complete waste. Right, well, let's give us a comms trench up there. And then communicate there. And okay, that wasn't what I meant to do. Right, blockhouse trench. I want to... yeah, okay, no abort there. Should really put another communication station there, but the tutorial won't let me. Boo! Oh well, we've still got this option. Alright, support structures. Machine gun nest. Machine gun nest must have an arc of fighters will be placed in the country with anything outside the arc. Okay, so we have one machine gun nest firing along that arc. We'll put another machine gun nest firing on that arc. Another one cross-firing there. And then a third nest essentially completing the enfilade. We can be reinforced with mortars and concrete mortars. Okay. Vulnerable to grenade attacks, can cause friendly fire. Causes suppression. So, yeah, more expensive, but reinforced. So, less likely to get to counter battery. What inspired this plan? It had sort of caught my eye in the usual round of adverts. And, well, World War I doesn't get that much coverage, does it? Okay, barbed wire. Your tanks will crush it if they pass through. Infantry are immune to all the effects of your own barbed wire. Okay, so I don't need to worry about the enemy my boys dying on my wire, but the enemy's wire is a problem. Note to self, lead with armour once I have it. As enemies pass through, they damage the wire until eventually it will snap and be destroyed. It can also be destroyed by artillery fire, bombs, crushed by tanks. Basically, shoot it up first. Sending infantry through wire is the worst possible way to get rid of the wire. And then there's razor wire, because, you know, there's nothing you can't make nastier. Right, one observation balloon. Alright, where can I put this? I'd like to have as much advance warning as possible, but if I put this out in no man's land, it will end badly. So let's stick it... there will do. It's got 2 lines of trenches between it and the cold, harsh realities of an angry German. If they get there, this thing's good as lost anyway. Gas does make an appearance, Legolas. It'll pop up later. Right, and then we have the good old-fashioned Total War style command tray. Okay. Artillery batteries are not mobile. They do require specialist men. They are part of the command system. They are very powerful and thus incredibly expensive. You're not kidding. Alright. Heavy artillery can fire precision barrage, poison gas to deny the enemy area, airburst to clear trenches. The latter 2 must be unlocked. Okay. Heavy artillery. So these are basically heavy field guns. Alright, we'll drop one in there. Drop one in there. Stationary defences are in play. Engage troop deployment. Don't want to... all infantry will be stationed on the firing steps. Infantry costs less to deploy infantry movements. However, if you put your infantry in the trenches at the start of the engagement, the siege artillery might start beating on. So, again, little bit of a factor that has got to be weighed. This is where blockhouses might come in handy. Okay, all of them seem to have a knack for this kind of thing. The French are efficient. The Americans are happy around tanks, and the British, well, the British have the Lee Enfield, and somewhat nastier with the rifle. Okay. I suspect them could not be served for the Germans of the same country. However, German soldiers do not have a nationality burst. However, they can use conscript infantry, and they have other variations in their units. Right, nationality burst. Tank fans. Better morale and less penalties around any tanks. Interesting. So I wonder if... Alright, morale bonuses from being near my tanks, penalties from being near the German tanks. Alright. Let's get them into the trenches. They may be placed into trenches. Okay. Pop them in a trench.
Reporting for duty.
There we go. Place 7 more infantry in trenches.
Reinforcements reporting.
Alright.
Reinforcements ready.
Cover the forward line. Okay. And then...
We've arrived and await orders.
backline it. And... let's see, we'll...
Looks like we're late to the party.
one in reserve. They've got the communication trench to advance up.
Reporting for duty.
And then double up on the main line section. Okay, infantry companies are all-purpose. They can attack, defend, or capture. However, specialists must sometimes be brought in. Can attack infantry and trench from open grounds. Grenades against all targets. Highly effective against tanks, artillery, and emplacements. In other words, these guys get used against heavy units. Don't send them against other infantry because, well, you know how each of these companies have 225 people?
Reporting for duty.
A raider company has 25. So there's a slight numbers one. And yes, supply costs. Supply is not cheap. Place 2 American raider companies. There we go. I believe our lines are sufficient manned for now. We'll also hold back our tanks and let them be a surprise. Tanks also cost less to place in the pre-battle phase. However, they can be placed anywhere in friendly territory. And we'll have to manage without siege artillery. Boo! How you spend your supply is a key element. Anything you don't spend will be added later on into the reserve. Terrific. Alright, and then we wait. To be fair, he didn't specify which leaves, and I believe some trees in Germany are technically evergreen. Alright, get your men into position. Everything is built. Everyone is standing ready. Transition phase includes any days of siege bombardment. Bombardments do have a chance to destroy... Oh, so you can start knocking holes in the enemy trench lines and wires. And of course, since you've got to put the trench lines in the wire and the emplacements in before the bombardment, good recon means that, yeah, stuff gets hammered. Alright, battle potential bar, there we go. So basically, run out. Victory meter tells you where we are. Where the pointer rests is the victory level you would achieve if a ceasefire is agreed. Alright. Strategy. Point A. You can click the icons. Aha. Control points A and B. You must clear all enemy infantry. Okay. So, that black line is the delineation point. That's what's... everything here is controlled by A. Everything over there is controlled by X. And everything in the middle is no man's land, and you really don't want to be there. Lucky you. Boop. Okay. Reinforcements where key positions, specific routes are mapped. And reinforcement points are... Okay. So you can bring in reinforcements, but note that it is considerably more expensive. Which leads to the conclusion that blockhouses and comms trenches are the way to go, but then you have problems with things like undermining later on. Alright, let's bring in some reinforcements.
Reinforcements
1
reporting.
and 2. Okay, reinforcements are on the way. Make sure they're properly behind defences when they arrive. Right now, time is of the essence. Yeah. And most impressively, they have frozen in mid-job. Right. So, skirmish formation and column formation. Column formation is quick but vulnerable. Skirmish formation is under fire. Although you can manually order them into it if you know they're going to come under fire. And yes, also note that you got your pre-battle supply on top of what you had. Well, a quarter of it was held back. Sorry, a quarter of base supply was held back on top of what we kept from the pre-battle phase. Words. Information. Ah yes, the fog of war. What we do not know. And what we know we do not know. This is what we brought the balloons for. Raise the balloons! Raise the balloons. There's the balloon. Raise the balloon. One guy in a giant bag of flammable gas. Yeah. Not the best job in the world. And there is what we do not know that we do not know. Yes, this is true. But I don't think that applies here. Right. Okay, our timing is paid off. The observers in the balloons have spotted enemy troops. Select some heavy artillery. Right, so heavy artillery. Precision barrage. So, select the precision barrage button. Move the reticle over some... Ah, that is out of arc. There we go, that's more like it. Unfortunately, tossing artillery at a bunch of entrenched infantry seems like a complete waste of time. But hey, let's do it. And we'll go for the machine gun for good measure as well. Anyone who says they don't fire artillery is lying or insane. Smart advice. Unfortunately, while it does put a few dents in, turns out that 6 feet of pack dirt is actually pretty good at stopping the worst of an artillery attack. Didn't even do that much to the machine gun either. Annoying. There is a brief warning. The battery enters cooldown while this is firing. And watch the incoming artillery fire. So you do get a brief bit of warning, and hopefully everybody knows how to duck. Yeesh. Not good. Alright, select a damaged or low morale unit of infantry. So the green bar is the health, the white bar is morale, and frankly these guys have taken a beating. So let's get them out of the battle. Pull them out and replace them with reinforcements. Yeah, that had occurred. Takru, sorry, but this is the tutorial and I occasionally have to be stupid as per the script. Alright, keep your eyes peeled for enemy activity. If you don't mind, I am going to stand my infantry into the trenches. And, oh, the enemy are on the move. Moving troops towards location X, which likely means they are coming for the right flank around location A. Note to self, the enemy's observation balloons must die. It's so much easier if they can't see what you're doing. Okay. I believe we need some specialized troops to handle the incoming attack at location A. So this is where the raiders come in. Select a raider unit.
New orders incoming.
And they need backup to get there. Let's get them into position. Right click on an open trench slot. We'll bring you lot up
Take
to
the
there.
trench.
Away they go. Okay. And a rolling barrage is incoming. So they start short. And then proceeds to literally just walk its way forward. Ideally, you'd have had infantry right behind it. But it's not an exact science. And there the Germans are going over the top. Right. Prepare defences. This action causes a lot of casualties unless your infantry are supported by artillery, aircraft, or other abilities that can distract the enemy. Or better yet, kill them stone dead so they can't shoot back. Yes, fine, Taku. Don't worry, I will have my best donkey act on later on this evening, I'm sure. Right, our emplacements are positioned admirably. Why, thank you. Alright, machine guns are engaged. And artillery is useful, but the shells are expensive. You must weigh the cost of firing versus the effectiveness. In other words, make sure you're going to kill more than 9 supplies worth of troops for each barrage you order, otherwise, well, it's a bit of a waste. Alright. You need to decide if you are used to stop the attack or if you need to support the defensive line of artillery. Alright, firing steps are ready. Only the... Alright, so we have the firing step and we have the reserve step. So only the firing step can engage defensive. Right. If you want your more damaging specialists, take the step where the enemies get close. Alright. Open fire along the line. And you know what, let's bring the artillery in on them first.
Équipe, prête. Préparez-vous pour le barrage. Tirez avec toute l'artillerie. Préparez-vous, soldats. Rechargez pour un barrage de nos cibles. Préparez-vous à recevoir les ordres coordonnés pour le barrage. Chargez l'artillerie. Lissez le barrage.
Where are they most deads? There we go. They'll then hit the wire, so that first company's been cut to pieces. Second company's taking a beating. Third company is about to break on the wire. Fourth company is broken. Fifth company's cut to pieces. Sixth and seventh are gone. Eighth just went down. And yep, they're charging straight into a machine gun enfilade. This, ladies and gentlemen, is how not to do it. And one company gets to the last line of wire. Actually, I lied, they didn't get to the last line of wire at all, did they? Oops. Oh, incoming attack wave, get your heads down. Artillery isn't just about damage, there is pressure. It might have been useful if they'd done that before we opened fire, but I suspect the point was to demonstrate just how stupid charging into an unsuppressed, overlapped machine gun kill zone was. Yikes. The incoming assault is larger than anticipated. I believe it's time to field the tanks. The machine gun tanks are best used against infantry. They're well armoured and can take small arms well, but beware of artillery, mortars, and tank cannons. Alright. So, select tank. At left click to deploy it. And bring in the second FT as well. So we'll just bolster up the line. Our boys really love the tanks. They were great to hide behind if you were heading towards a German trench. Yeah, I can't say I disagree with that assessment. Now, can we do something about their artillery, or is... Ah, no, I have to be stupid again. There they are. There are the little FTs. Room. Those tanks in position to stop the incoming attack. Well, where is the incoming attack? They appear to be dead. Hello? Oh no, there they are. Well, they got 2 waves, 3 waves. Right, you know what? We will rotate. Unfortunately, there's no easy way to swap a company out from the line. Let's move the reserve company over. Bring the trench raiders up. Replace them. And we'll see if this makes a difference. No need to call in the artillery just yet. Those poor saps are getting chopped about. Okay. I'm not even sure those poor sods are going to get to the Grenadiers. Tank is in position. Oh, tank is getting cut apart by artillery, which is bad. Balloons are reporting incoming fighter planes. Balloons are very vulnerable to fighters, but don't know what their mission is. The enemy has dispatched fighters. Fighters and bombers each have 2 missions. Fighters can threaten the balloons, but not if they're on the ground. Sometimes it is worth the risk. Click the air support button and bring in harassment, air superiority, balloon busting, or focus bombing runs. Okay. Right, the brass would radio the airfield and request a mission. There was no way for the pilots to get new orders once they were in the air. So, once you're up, you're up. And once you're down, you're down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. Okay, the pilots will follow all options to the letter, ignoring all else unless their life is threatened. Okay, call in the air superiority. Reposition that tank before it gets pounded. Off you go. Reinforce on that section. Ah! That damn fucker! Alright, let's start taking... That's a lot of our infantry. Time to start cutting into pieces.
Préparez-vous à recevoir les ordres de tir pour le barrage. Chargez l'artillerie. Établissez le barrage. Pilonnez cette position.
Okay, well, we took the edge off. Line infantry are doing what they can. Armour is in position and reinforcing. So hopefully they can start engaging. Okay, Grenadiers, get ready to swap on the firing step. Or not, as the case may be. I'm not convinced that trench raiders are very good as defensive infantry here. Right, their momentum is faltering. The enemy has the attacker has the option to cease fire and end the battle. The defender can only surrender, which gives up control points to command trench. Battles can also time out. Battle ends with the same rules as a ceasefire. The Germans have requested a ceasefire. Should we counterattack? No. Alright, we have accepted the ceasefire. Our troops stand down. We have held! Woohoo! And, well, let's see. How many did we kill to move the line? 0 inches. Right. Okay. And Battle of DB score gives an overview. Perseverance measure. Efficiency, got the efficiency medal. and the life medal. So National Will is happy, and I got a supply bonus. Command medal for overwhelming details, and that class has a great victory, I think. Alright, sea battle detail. So, one unit withdrawn, the rest surrenders starting around 4 PM. That's National Will, company replenish costs. Yeah. Not good. Well, they did not field the Sturmpanzers, nor did they field Grenadiers or Stormtroopers. Fair enough. Central Powers casualties, 2.5. My God. Central Powers casualties. 3,000 basic, 5,500 infantry casualties for 321 losses on basic infantry. I think it was a major victory, not a great victory. Also, we did destroy the machine gun. Woohoo! Yeah, that wasn't even the price of a mile. It wasn't even the price of an inch. And they got cut to pieces and they didn't accomplish a damn thing. Of course, you know what's next, don't you? A major victory. In most cases, the cost of battle will be gold reserves to cover new meat, supply, and national will. If the attacker achieves a great victory, the defending region loses a star as well. Huzzah! And the German attack seemed more like a scouting probe than a full-scale assault. Okay, high casualty count penalises the national will. All regions engaged in combat also suffers battle fatigue, which lowers the infantry morale in the region to the next turn. Alright. Like the player, we will move around. Each unit can move or attack. And welcome to June. Now we do it all over again. Ooh, research! Science! Also, money. No, Ferret, it isn't. The only real difference seems to be the scale. And, you know, the drones. Which is actually quite a difference now that you think about it. Okay, so any damaged territory that was not involved recovers a star. This means that once you take a star from a territory, you need to keep attacking, otherwise it will recover. You cannot take the pressure off the enemy, even if it's a total meat grinder. It seems our men have recovered, but the enemy is still exhausted. We can use this to our advantage. Okay, so we might be able to force a breach at Rethel. Of course, what that does mean is that there will be a salient at Rethel that can be hit in from multiple directions. Alright, knowledge isn't free. Our scientists and engineers are working around the clock to discover new technologies. Some of these inventions could also be used in civilian markets. So I get +2 research either way, and I can either get national will or I can get gold. I have plenty of national will. So let's go for the gold. Yoink. And we can always release the data after the war. Okay, in my youth I had the same choices of black and white, good or bad. Life wasn't that simple. All choices of people trying to solve problems with the information they had whilst causing the least amount of damage they could. Alright, research and development is a vital part. Click the research tree. And we have mail. So, as mentioned, engineering. So, field orders gas attacks. Initially fires tear gas, but can be upgraded. So you can get chlorine gas, you can get phosgene gas, mustard gas, and ultimately improved gas shells. So yes, there's a variety of nasties that you can use. Of course, there is also the corresponding makeshift filters. So blocks tear gas, reduces chlorine. There's also standard gas masks, block tear gas and chlorine. Phosgene gets reduced, and finally tear gas, chlorine, and phosgene get cancelled. Mustard gas gets reduced. So it's basically a constant arms race. They deploy tear gas, we deploy filters. They deploy chlorine gas, we deploy gas masks. They deploy phosgene, we deploy improved filters. They deploy mustard gas. We hope you can hold your breath. And so it goes. Then, of course, you get flamethrowers. However, you can't possibly research everything, so pick a strategy. Infantry, flight, trench warfare, logistics, and intelligence. Razor wire, cheap barbed wire, expensive barbed wire, concrete confidence, and infantry commands to transfer their morale bonus. Okay. That didn't mean we weren't interested. Some boys wanted more better tanks, others wanted planes. Our American friend wants better helmets and rifles. Yes, there's always a improved boots, important liquid courage, the canteen, and the officers' club. Okay. For our upcoming battle, we need a way to punch hole the enemies. I believe undermining would be the best choice for our research focus. Okay. Death from below. There we go. Science is spent. Apply that. And now it's our turn. Oh boy. The enemy AI will not sit idle. So, our agents reported a new infantry corps in Châtillon-sur-Marne. However, we do have some extra troops positioned at Cézanne. So they can potentially close what is actually a salient at Châtillon-sur-Marne. Right, so head to Cézanne, right-click and attack into Châtillon. And away we go again. This time, however, we're just auto-resolving the attack. And that stalemates. 200 supplies spent. No status change. 140 gold spent to replenish everything. National will went down 7 points on both sides. But critically, the attackers at Châtillon-sur-Marne have just had to fight an engagement. And this is the problem with salients in this modern warfare. If you push into Rethel, you get attacked from Léon, Vervins, Mazzeny, and Vouziers, and Châtillon. Maybe not Châtillon because they're trying to stabilize their lines. But if you push a salient, you get hit from multiple directions. This is why it is very hard to move unless you can somehow slog your way right through the enemy lines. So, to Cézanne again. Post-battle fatigue. So there we go. A little bit of disunion of command, but the canteen's taking the edge off, so it could be worse. Critically, of course, we can now get some more supply conversion. Turn gold into 200 national supply. 5 conversions per turn, and the ratio can be improved by efficiency. Whoop! Okay, close the purchase menu. Right, Montmiral goes to the attack. Our supplies are reported. Supplies of morale are running low. They are expecting a follow-up so soon. Well, they're fools, aren't they? Right. Once more onto the breach, dear friends. Once more. And, of course, they are now battle-fatigued because of that attack from Cézanne. Alright. Let's go do this. They've taken a few hits, but we have the advantage, and we have siege artillery this time. And while we might not be about to change history, the undermining attack means that we will certainly be changing the geography. Big boom incoming. Known as the birthplace of Pope Urban II. Oh. Okay, pre-battle phase once again. Set up your trench lines, company placement, and defences. Okay. Fresh earth, gunpowder, sweat, and blood. Just waiting, I've got any easier. The map and battle trench layouts persist. When fighting as the attacker, your trench lines don't need to be sophisticated, but make sure to build some so you don't get completely hammered. Right, while they want the entire region secured, they recommend we capture Point Y first, which is fine except for the mass line of trenches, 2 blockhouses, and a variety of other fun things. Engineers, aha, undermining, support structures. Okay, and there's the undermine. 500 supply, this is not a cheap option. Yeah, everybody gets a crater. You know, I'm going to bet that the Germans probably parked somebody in that blockhouse. So, we'll just... That blockhouse's existence offends me. We shall be removing it. Now, select pre-battle bombardment, add 1 day for 90 supply. Troop deployment. Now our goal is clear. Capture enemy-held territory. We need to go over the top for this one. Support structures tab. Build in some observation balloons. Which means we need something that can get a good visual on point Y. Okay. Place troops and support structures, click the check button to advance. Right, let's see. I need to get good observation on the approach to point Y, so... Let's see, we're going to punch a hole there. So if I allow put my observations in here... Oh wait, the French already have a balloon in play. Okay, I don't need to... The French already got a balloon here, so they'll be watching that flank. In fact, the entire line is covered. Okay, let's get some artillery into play. We'll set one there, one there, and there's a light field artillery. We'll set for heavy as well. Now let's get the troops in. Assuming I'm planning to punch forwards here. Alright, my first deployment is going to be the tanks. And, ooh, just as an option.
Compagnie de chars en renfort au rapport.
Okay, those are FT with cannon mounts. Crush barbed wire does not use morale.
Chars de renfort prêt.
Alright. Actually, can they cross this trench? Better yet, can I solve the whole problem by... No. Fine. They may have to drive around if they can't cross that trench. I don't think they can. Alright. Flamethrowers. Okay, so one flamethrower company. One American infantry company.
Ready.
Save again.
We've arrived and await orders.
And see. You can never have too much artillery. Well, yeah, but ultimately the artillery can pound flat, but I've got to take and hold. So everything about this is getting the infantry that last 10 yards. So, yeah, we'll lead.
Renfort prêt.
Maintain the approach.
Looks like we're late to the party.
Okay. And
Au rapport.
just put defensive infantry on the line, just in case the Germans try something on the flank. Okay. Actually, we've got room for another couple of assault teams.
Reporting for duty.
And
Préparez-vous à recevoir les ordres. Reinforcements reporting.
bring in the raiders as well.
Reinforcements ready.
Okay. Command limit has been reached. We are set. Check everything else. Trenches are fine. I doubt I can sap my way forward. And no, they can't cross that. Firing. The light tank's going to have to go round. Okay, you
Préparez-vous à recevoir les ordres. Prêt. Dirigez-vous vers cette
get
position.
over there. You
En attente de nouveaux ordres. On avance.
get over there. They'll kick round and up this flank. See if we can find a weak spot here. Right. Hopefully the French brought in those balloons. Don't think there's anything else that can reasonably be done here. Unless the mortars. The field mortars might be just what we need. Ah, no, they haven't got the range. They need to be up here to do anything useful. Okay, so no point deploying mortars for this then. Alright. Can't see the rest of my artillery. Okay, I think unless I... Okay, let's go lightweight on the defensive infantry. Not that there was very much to remove. Ah, the hell with it. Let's go. Alright, begins the battle. Yipe. Okay, send up the balloons. Blockhouse trenches, storm troops, artillery emplacements, machine gun emplacements. A couple of barrage. Ooh, what's that? Attempting that particular plan is suicide. We need to soften them up. Right, bombardment. Let's try out our heavy options first. Directed siege artillery and undermining. Targeted siege artillery is available. Shot delay is much longer and easily avoided. Only aim it at stationary targets. Also, kaboom. Oui, very cool. Kaboom. Well, I don't know what was in that blockhouse, but it doesn't exist anymore. And as a bonus, we almost wiped out that artillery battery. Alright. Undermining is expensive, doesn't wreck everything, and you can't be sure what the enemy had in the area before. Although they definitely don't have it now. Alright, air support. We can call in a bombing run. Bombers will pick targets in the area until the opportunity runs out. By which they presumably mean hit that machine gun trench, and oh, those stormtroops will be useful as well.
Chargez les munitions pour un
Okay,
bombardement.
send troops over the top, secure control point Y. Alright, now what's this contact? Oh, they've left a bunker undefended.
Restez
Right,
en position.
you and
Préparez-vous à
You.
recevoir les ordres. On y va.
go get that observation balloon before we move. As for the
Établissez les
artillery,
positions. Préparez un barrage total. Commencez le barrage. Équipe
let's go
prête.
for
Préparez-vous pour le barrage.
two.
Tirez avec toute l'artillerie.
Okay, the machine gun mess had it. Artillery's taken a bit of a beating. Note to self, artillery may not be the best option for dealing with an observation balloon, although the bombers did a number on that poor sod. How are you two getting on?
En attente de nouveaux ordres.
Ah,
En route.
and
En avant.
Allons! Allons and Blammo, if you don't mind. Engage. Sirs, would you consent to kindly shoot that?
Cible en vue.
Thank you. Okay, blue goes down. Eesh. You know, I'm guessing being directly underneath the exploding hydrogen bag would have been a bad idea. Okay, so there are observations gone on this side. Let's
Préparez-vous, soldats. Rechargez pour un barrage nano.
clean the rest of them out
Préparez-vous à recevoir les ordres de tir pour le barrage.
and then start working on their artillery.
Chargez l'artillerie. Établissez le barrage. Pilonnez cette position. Établissez les préparez un barrage total.
Thankfully, I don't think counter battery fire was exactly a thing in this period.
Rechargez pour un barrage nano.
Okay, second balloon is gone, so they should be blind in this sector. Alright,
Nouveaux ordres arrivent. We have new orders. En avance. We have new orders. Attendez les ordres.
en avance, my friend, mes amis, en avance. Right, well done, you have softened the target. Okay, so what's left of that artillery battery? Okay, so it's what, about 4-5 to 1 to eliminate an artillery battery? Worth knowing. Okay. This flank's pretty much stalled. Don't really want to go charging across no man's land. At least not until these guys are in position and ready to hit this trench.
Restez en
Okay.
position. Dirigez-vous vers
Swing the
cette position.
tanks up on the flank.
Préparez-vous à recevoir les ordres de tir.
And
Vérifiez les coordonnées pour le barrage.
right.
Feu.
One,
Chargez l'artillerie. Établissez le barrage.
Two.
Pilonnez cette position. Établissez les positions. Un barrage total. Commencez
three.
le barrage.
That should
Équipe
eliminate
prête.
that battery.
Préparez-vous pour le barrage. Tirez avec toute l'artillerie.
It's
Préparez-vous,
hammering their
soldats.
machine
Chargez
gun
pour un barrage
posts.
de zone. Préparez-vous à
Overwhelming
recevoir les ordres
force.
pour le barrage.
Light artillery will hit this company right as we come to the attack.
Les ordres arrivent. On avance.
Armor's clear to flank. Flamethrower companies will engage by the front.
Prenez la tranchée.
Go.
Chargez l'artillerie.
Light artillery commence
Rechargez pour le tir
suppression
de
barrage
Établissez les positions. Préparez-vous pour le
and
barrage roulant.
commence a rolling barrage of the positions. Well, I don't actually know how much good that's going to do. Alright, bring the armor in
Préparez-vous à recevoir les ordres.
and hope the flamethrowers can do their job. Suppression artillery, do your stuff. Flamethrowers, get to it. Okay, right, that was reasonably straightforward. Firing trench defeated, those were just conscripts. Right, bring up the line infantry. Armor is in position. And have them work their way forward to there. That will backstop it. Next job.
Équipe prête.
Drop another rolling
Coordonnées du barrage
barrage.
roulant établi.
Drop it closer this time. Or just go for
Préparez-vous à
plain
solliciter le
old
barrage. Tirez avec
destruction.
toute l'artillerie.
Kill that bunch. And then turn my
Préparez-vous à recevoir les
attention
ordres de nos
onto
cibles. Chargez
their
l'artillerie.
balloons.
Établissez les positions pour le barrage.
What they
Équipe
can't
prête.
see, they
Rechargez
can't
le barrage
shoot.
d'Otto.
Okay. Second wave is almost clear to engage. Problem is, what's in this blockhouse? You'll not be able to, you'll have to clear them out, even those in the trenches. Yes, I am aware, thank you. Okay, artillery's been almost hammered flat, but not quite. Right, time 13 minutes 25. Right, time to commit the next line. Artillery, give me a rolling barrage.
Commencez le barrage.
Clear this
Préparez-vous à
wire.
recevoir les ordres de barrage roulant donnés. Tirez avec toute l'artillerie.
On attend de nouveaux ordres.
Armor advance. Remaining attack companies.
De nouveaux ordres arrivent. Attendez les ordres. Continuez d'avancer.
Advance.
Restez en position. En avant.
Have the armor swing
Dirigez-vous vers cette
forwards.
position.
Don't know how good the rest of this is going to be, but let's crush this
On
wire.
avance. On y va.
Okay, that's fine.
Préparez-vous.
New plan. Suppression. Okay. Luckily, the enemy artillery is not that awake, or this would be bloody.
Préparez-vous à recevoir les ordres.
Right. Suppression continuing. Light
Établissez
artillery.
les positions. Ordre de tir de barrage
Give
donné.
me a
On a nos
suppression
cibles.
barrage there.
Équipe prête.
Light
Tir de
artillery,
barrage.
suppression
Bonne
barrage
position.
there.
De nouveaux ordres
Flame
arrivent.
troopers engage. Armor
Les ordres
up,
arrivent. En route.
engage.
Attendez les ordres. En position.
Actually, no. Lead with the flame troopers.
Attention. Mettez-vous en position. Préparez-vous à recevoir les ordres. Posez, soldats.
We have new orders.
Line infantry can move up.
Préparez-vous à recevoir les ordres. En avant.
Armor moves up, but
Dirigez-vous vers cette
careful.
position.
Unfortunately, the suppression did not get stopped before it came to it. Okay, lads, get to it.
Prêt. On avance.
Bring in the US infantry as well. But I don't think they're going to need it. Nope, they took it. Right, the Grenadier Company's been destroyed. And clear that blockhouse, gentlemen. Flame companies have done their stuff. Right. I don't know how
On
well
attend de
the...
nouveaux ordres.
Is that the MG or the cannon? It's the cannon. Right.
On y va.
Advance up. Ah, fuck that machine guns.
Restez
Turned
en
round.
position.
Into the trench, you idiots! Where's the cannon tank? Kill
À
that
volonté.
machine gun nest.
Préparez-vous à recevoir les ordres.
While you're at it, there we go. The Germans are surrendering. Alright, the Germans can offer a surrender. It will always be a great victory. The enemy will always accept surrender. I can choose to decline. Okay, we'll take it. Germans have surrendered. And they have backed off. Okay, so a great victory. But home will see this as a success, and hopefully national will be reinforced. Huzzah! Central Powers casualties, 426 conscripts, 102 basic infantry, 9 light artillery, and all their objectives, for which we lost 212. And total victory, medal, efficiency, perseverance, and life as well. Hooray! Of course, this was the tutorial, so they may have been deliberately going dumb on me. Starting with the fact that they did not actually have any heavy artillery. I left those infantry attackers in the open for way too long. Ha! A great victory! The region is secure. Châtillon-sur-Marne is back in the French hands. And we didn't actually lose that many people, but okay. Costs of battle. Alright. Charlie was going home. One of his legs wasn't. Yikes. Part of your forces are automatically moved in. Any siege artillery caught in a captured region are destroyed and must be replaced. However, the rest of the force must then be rapidly reinforced because the Germans are going to be... yeah, that's going to be a problem. Battle fatigue, region morale at -45. Structures will be taken over, although you can research the ability to destroy them on your way out. All captured regions regain 1 star immediately. However, they will still gain battle fatigue until the new owner's next term. Well done, and we have managed to push the enemy back with only a small amount of training. Aha, we have the encyclopedia. All very handy. Like rifle, knowledge is a weapon. Kaboom. Alright, so continue the war. Alright, now that you've completed the tutorial, you are ready to try out the game modes and experience new challenges.
In the end, I still don't know exactly the reasons why the Great War started, or what it was intended to accomplish.
Something about
but
an ostrich.
I do know what the results were. 4 empires that crumbled into history, and a bunch of changed borders. Those changes couldn't wipe away the hard feelings that simmered after the war ended. I decided to continue my military career and eventually earned the rank of captain. Perhaps not the smartest move, as those hard feelings boiled over into another world war only a little over 20 years later.
Alright, so keep playing, take control of the Allied forces and see how far I can get. Alright, let's keep at it. This late in the war, national will declines each turn you can play until one side reaches it. So they enforce a time limit. Okay, well, first thing I need to do is I need to reinforce Châtillon-sur-Marne, because that is going to be a problem. Can't upgrade anything yet. Alright. And they're all locked because they're attacked. Which... I literally cannot reinforce with anything I used on the attacks. So, let's purchase up an... Right, 1 male, 2 female Mark 1 and Mark 4s. Units will be delivered to Calais. I do have some spares, but I'd probably better to keep the Ypres area properly reinforced. Okay, Peronne is rather lightly manned. Via Bretonnier is an option. Alright. Let's bring...
Stand by for orders.
Right, let's
We have
bring
new
some
orders.
artillery up. They've got a lot of stuff in Ghent. Okay, first things first.
On a de nouveaux ordres.
Shunt those infantry companies into Châtillon-sur-Marne to reinforce with the French. Chalon-sur-Marne isn't a problem, but Vouziers might see a counter-attack. What have I got available? 2 cannon and 2 mitrailleuses. FTs. Alright. Well, I suppose might be able to force a breach. Try to force a breach at Perron, but it's 3 stars. Lille is easier, but it's better defended. There's Verdun, or rather the Verdun salient. And most of the rest is relatively stable. They've got a lot of... They've got 7 corps in Colmar. Alright. We'll get some intel. Verdun's pretty well reinforced. Ideally, I'd like to try and force a breach at Rethel. And equally try to force a breach at Lille. That's a theory, at least. Right, Ars. What have you got? Base 10 morale bonus to the region, supply depots, mechanics garage. Do need to try and field something out of Britain. Alright. Shift reinforcements from... Right, we'll put a supply depot in at Arras. And then move 1 air wing, 2 siege artillery batteries,
Awaiting new orders.
a tank battalion, Indian infantry, okay. And
New orders incoming.
bring in
Stand by for orders.
infantry corps.
Move out.
Alright, so we're positioned to defend, to launch an attack into Lille or Perron, depending on which is likely to be easier. Meanwhile, siege artillery, the remainder of it, can go to... Do I commit? That's going to cause a disunity of command. Okay, let's put them into Hazebrook. Just to bolster the line there. They can have a couple of air wings to act as support. Likewise, Ypres can actually have the remaining 3, so they're properly deployed. And I've got the Indian infantry. I don't know what distinguishes them from the regulars. So if in fact they have Gurkhas, who I can only assume are going to live up to their crazy badass reputation. Alright, we'll put them into Ypres as well. Hopefully that will hold if the Germans get ideas. Compiègne is holding. Soissons is okay-ish. I have no research available at the moment. Where else could we potentially push? Nancy could use some artillery. Lunéville is defended, but not by much. Ideally, once the turn flips, I can start shifting units up from Montmirail and Cézanne, but until that happens, I might have to take a few gambles. Okay, let's hold with what we've got, see what the Germans do. An enemy spy got busy at Verdun. Note to self, counter-espionage this thing. Battlefield deployment, 11 corps attacking at Metz. This is going to be brutal, isn't it? Alright. Engage with what we have. Voie sacrée. Okay, they're trying to cut the supply line to Verdun. That said, I have got artillery and I have got flamethrowers. I just need to be careful where I put my specialist infantry. Alright, trench time. 2 objectives to hold. Comms trenches are in play. There's point B. Alright. Gonna have to hold the entire line at this point. Okay, communication trench. Give me... one there. And one there. So we could build an access point forwards to the line. And then separate it so we have access to the third line. And from there to the fourth. We need better communication lines here as well. Give me... My option is just draw a line across there, but no such luck. Right. Communications trenches up again. Right. And there's a question of point A. Okay. I've got 385 supply left. Alright. French infantry for the most part. Probably the way to put machine guns in. And balloons. Minimal balloon cover, I think. Can't really afford the expensive stuff, so have them watching line 1 and line 2. By the time it comes to that, it's going to be too late to do anything about it anyway. Okay, field artillery. Drop them to the command trench so they can at least vaguely hit most things, except I can't afford... I can only have... It's going to have to be lighter artillery. Basically 1 battery per objective, isn't it? This is going to be dicey. Right. Infanterie with minimal reserves available.
Renfort au rapport.
Yeah, this may not be salvageable. On the bright side, at least I can bring the infantry as reinforcements in the hope we can salvage this mess by basically turning Point A into a massive series of choke blocks and chewing them up with the artillery. Okay, this is going to be... Unfortunately, I do not get supply back by recovering the trenches. Unfortunate. Oh well, we're just going to have to hope for the best. Begin. Yes, how very little can be done. We're so screwed. They're coming at us with 11 cores of God knows what. Right, bring in the reinforcements.
Renfort au rapport.
Right. Hold what you can.
Renfort, prêt.
Renfort prêt. On est arrivé. On attend les ordres.
Okay, that could be worse. Now we need to do something about the infantry backing up Point A.
Renfort prêt. On arrive après la bataille, on dirait.
3. Not like hell they can get to Point A in time.
Au rapport.
4,
On est
5.
arrivé. On attend
Okay,
les ordres.
that will have to do. Send up the balloons and commence.
Préparez-vous, soldats.
Unfortunately, I only have so much artillery ammunition as well. Those are light guns. Okay, looks like we've got movement at the centre and at control point X. Okay.
On arrive après le
On a
bataille,
de
on
nouveaux
dirait.
ordres.
Au rapport. Attendez les ordres.
Renfort au
Right,
rapport.
forward trench lines go.
On est arrivé, on attend les ordres. On arrive après la bataille, on dirait.
And here they come. Right, balloons down. That may just be harassing, but let's get the balloons down just to be safe. This is where a couple of Maxim guns would be handy. Alright, trenches are manned. Thus far, no sign of the enemy. Unfortunately, until those Fokkers fuck off, this is going to be tricky. I think the Fokkers have in fact fucked off. Raise the balloons! Never mind, the Fokkers have not fucked off. Can we lower the balloons? Can we lower the balloons a bit faster, please? Can we lower the balloons right damn now? Or are they just running air superiority? Huh. Ah, here we go. Right.
Préparez-vous à recevoir les ordres de tir.
Okay, artillery.
On a un ordre de
Rolling barrage. Defensive,
Pilonnez
go.
cette position.
They can have that centre ground for the moment, except I've just realised they're going for the command trench. Right. And they're going to get there first. Okay.
Au rapport.
Oops. Hey, thanks for the follow, Debris. I think I might have just screwed up. Right. Bring in trench raiders and bring in
Au rapport.
regular infantry. Please say we are not about to screw up the commandos. Also, that was my last artillery battery. I am out of supplies. Okay, new plan. Move the reserve
ordres.
infantry at the double. What's their effective range? Not as much as I'd like. Okay, we need to turn this into a cauldron.
Sur une ligne. Tenez-vous prêts.
Okay, forward line are going to have to hold as best they can. I deliberately left the centre. I forgot about the centre. Let's be quite honest here. And the trenches are not positioned to enfilade the command trench.
Sur la ligne.
Right. They cannot engage anything, and I cannot order them to withdraw either. So... they're also horrifically outnumbered. Oh no, that's a bomber. Lucky me.
Attendez les
Can we
ordres.
close the flank in? Ooh. I just had a thought. They're going to go for the command trench. We can potentially close the flank in behind them. This will be entirely by accident, but it could work. Let's see what they do. If they just go hell for leather. Yep, that's exactly what they are doing. Right.
Attention.
Command trench is garrisoned, just in time. Now we close the jaws.
En position de tir. On a de nouveaux ordres. Préparez-vous à tirer.
This is just a little bit risky.
On a de nouveaux ordres. Sur la ligne. Tenez-vous prêts. Sur la ligne.
On a de nouveaux ordres.
Actually, no.
Mettez-vous en
Them
position.
in there. Put this
Attention.
brigade
En position de
here,
tir.
so that they're all moving at roughly
Attendez les
similar distances. And then just hope we can just go romp and get them from all sides. That's the theory. This may turn into a frankly hilarious disaster.
On doit tenir cette position. Sur la ligne.
Alright, engage.
Tenez-vous
While
prêts.
we're at it, bring another bunch up to the line. Okay, so the Germans are literally trying to bum rush the command trench. Oh well. Lesson potentially very expensively learned. Do not neglect the command trench.
Attendez les ordres.
Alright, bring everyone in.
En position de tir.
Attention! En position de tir.
On a de
All
nouveaux ordres.
units engaging.
Préparez-vous à tirer.
And everyone else is on the move.
On a de nouveaux ordres.
Alright, we'll have to drop this unit back.
Préparez-vous à tirer.
Hope they can
Mettez-vous en
sort
position.
of cover the enfilade.
Tenez-vous prêts.
Their rifles gonna... their rifles might help. Catch them in the open if we can.
On a de nouveaux ordres.
And...
Préparez-vous sur la ligne.
yeah. Attempt to basically turn this into a... swinging attack. There's their artillery. Luckily we're clear of it at some speed. And the Germans are attempting to reinforce. Hang on, no, about face! About face, guys! Back in those trenches! Congratulations, you did your job. You were an excellent distraction.
C'est impossible de gagner.
Unfortunately, I think we're about to lose the command trench. Bugger.
C'est perdu. Défendez cette position.
Right, Allied HQ defeated. Okay, do not lose your command trench. This is a bad thing. French infantry retreated. French infantry retreated.
Tenez-vous prêts.
Alright,
En
hit that
position de
trench,
tir.
gentlemen.
On a de nouveaux ordres. On a de nouveaux ordres. Attendez les ordres. Préparez-vous sur la ligne.
Congratulations, the enfilade was successfully accomplished. Unfortunately, you
Attendez les ordres.
kinda have to make it stick.
En position de tir.
Hit that trench. This is not going to end well, is it?
C'est perdu.
Okay, those stormtroopers surrendered. That's fine.
Tenez-vous prêts.
What is less fine is the 3 companies that are now in this trench and are likely to cause a problem. Okay, command trench is being flipped. Infantry on this side being hammered, but we've got them in the
Tenez-vous prêts.
turn. That's fine. Have this
Attention.
unit
Le commandement veut cette
take a
position.
right turn so they don't go straight through the heavy artillery. Right. What else have I got to work
Attention.
with? I am rather drip feeding here, it must be noted.
On a de nouveaux ordres.
Sur une ligne.
On a de nouveaux ordres.
Okay.
Mettez-vous en position.
Is that wise? Not even slightly.
Attention.
Can we disengage them? Probably not. Do they have anywhere to fall back to? Not really.
On a de nouveaux ordres.
Alright. Got
Préparez-vous
this
à tirer.
unit back.
On a de nouveaux ordres.
And then order this unit
Mettez-vous en
to
position.
also drop
Préparez-vous sur
back
la ligne.
as well. Because they're not going to take grenadiers, stormtroopers, and line infantry on their own. Have a supply of white flags handy. Yeah. It might come to that. The infantry companies are actually still in decent shape. The problem is a good number of them are completely in the wrong place.
En position de tir.
Alright.
Attendez les ordres. Préparez-vous à tirer.
Yeah. Nicht gut. Nicht gut at all.
Tenez-vous prêts.
Okay, so. Plan remains the same. Turn this into a...
On tient cette position.
enfilade as best I can. Yeah, they're not going to hold.
Attendez les ordres.
Has that company successfully disengaged? Just.
Tenez-vous prêts.
All right.
Sur la
One,
ligne. Attention. En
two.
position de tir.
Drop them back. Oh, great. The second line's being engaged as well. I basically have a roiling, angry mass of Germans to deal with.
On a de nouveaux ordres.
Attention.
Right. Oh, and there's a rolling barrage coming in. Terrific. Of course, what all of this boils down to is that we've still got to get to the command post before they flip it. Okay. So, two companies in the general area.
Préparez-vous à tirer.
Sprint them across.
On a de nouveaux ordres. Mettez-vous en position. C'est trop.
Okay. Yikes, they got
On a
badly
de nouveaux
mauled.
ordres.
Just for a second there.
Mettez-vous
All
en
right.
position.
Rock back to the next trench. Hold what you have.
Attendez les ordres.
Unfortunately, there is no dropping back for this lot. They may have to be sacrificed.
C'est trop. Retraite.
Damn it, that company's withdrawn. They've had it. Got caught in the open. Where the hell am I?
On a de nouveaux ordres.
There they
Attendez les
are.
ordres.
Right.
Préparez-vous sur la ligne. Attendez les ordres. Préparez-vous à tirer.
Those two companies are going to have to counter-charge here, which is not brilliant. And we've lost that out and right.
On a de nouveaux ordres.
Okay. Somewhat frustratingly, the right,
Préparez-vous sur la
order
ligne.
them
Tenez-vous
in,
prêts.
order
Préparez-vous sur la
them
ligne.
in,
Attendez les ordres.
order them into that trench for the moment.
Tenez-vous prêts. Sur la ligne.
They can take position.
En position de tir.
Okay, go.
C'est perdu.
On se replie.
Alright, orders are complete. Unfortunately, we're still taking... Well, we are inflicting, I think, disproportionate losses, but... Yeah. He's not going well, and oh crap, they're about to run into an artillery strike.
On avance.
Hard over.
En marche.
Yeah.
On avance.
Attention, on y va.
Never mind. Into the trench. Angry Germans. Quite why you were getting out of your trench in the first place. Never mind, no more angry Germans. Right. Keep your heads down. Right, back to your
Préparez-vous sur la ligne.
objective. You're meant to stay in that damn trench. Okay, infantry company coming along the line. Alright,
Cette position est à nous.
back them out. Oh wait, no, don't back them out.
Feu à volonté. On se replie.
Well, that was a cock up and a half, wasn't it? Okay, we have
On a de nouveaux ordres.
On a de
two
nouveaux
German
ordres.
companies
Feu à volonté.
engaged that lot. We've almost lost the command trench. And they are having themselves a high old time at my expense. Right, reinforce
Attention.
and
Feu à volonté. On a de nouveaux ordres.
engage. Another infantry battalion retreated.
On a perdu la position.
And we lost the H-Corps. Yeah, they're inside the command trench. And that is apparently a bad, bad thing. A very bad thing. Morale's gone on that company. Their reinforcements are arriving. Alright, this one is not salvageable. Unfortunately. Sad ho 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 noises indeed. Yikes, and I lost 5-1 basically. Astonishingly, I got a medal for perseverance and efficiency. Best not discussed. That could have gone better. Although, to be honest, the situation was probably hosed from the word go. 11 corps against, what was it, 3? Although I screwed up as well. Yep, great loss. Thank you, I am aware. Right. Total corps there. Estimating a stalemate this time. Actually, no, auto-resolve light outcome lost. 6 corps to 5. Okay, let's go for it. Max available supply 540. I have really got to bolster up all my supply lines when I start doing a full campaign. The birthplace of the Benedictine monk Dom Perignon. Huh. The things you learn. Right. Economy is everything. Do not go overboard with the trenches. Do employ machine guns. I have 405 supply to work with. Right. Okay, so there's their no man's land. It's a straight up approach. Infantry in the forward trenches. Okay. Let's see. If we employ 1. 2. Just need to cover. Remember, I need to cover point B. Remember, I need to cover the command trench. 3 and 4. So and 6. Okay, so that sets us up nicely on machine guns. Troop deployment. So.
Renfort au rapport.
Renfort
A,
prêt.
point B.
Renfort au rapport.
Alright, man the forward trench this time.
Renfort prêt.
Au rapport.
On est arrivé, on attend les ordres.
Renfort prêt.
Let's set that I am not likely to stop an enemy attack cold.
Renfort au rapport.
Okay, so first line defense is in place. Right. If we then go
On est arrivé, on
halves
attend les ordres.
on the second line,
On dirait qu'on arrive après la bataille.
On arrive après la bataille, on dirait.
Renfort prêt.
that way the first two can drop back, the second and third line. Yes, this is a new game, Dottie. This is the Great War. Great War, the Western Front. Or those words in approximately that order. This is basically Total War World War One, if you wish to be crude about it.
Au rapport. Renfort au rapport.
Okay. Infantry are more or less in place. Do not have many options for artillery, and a balloon's expensive. But alright, we'll put in I can afford one battery of heavy artillery. Fine, central cover, just so I can put the shots more or less anywhere I choose. And let's put a flamethrower core in on each of the 3 lines, just to add a nasty surprise if anyone gets ideas. Although, to be completely candid, communications trenches would be a smart move as well, wouldn't they? Okay. Ooh, wait. Yoink. Yoink. And then yoink it back. Defenses are cross-linked. Right, that will hopefully create enough space for everyone to maneuver. The machine guns will cut things up a little. Can I get some razor wire in? Yes, but not much. Okay, fine. I think razor wire would be cheaper than this, wouldn't you? Just a little to try to hold people up. Yeah, that stuff really is expensive for what it offers. Okay. Actually, Forget the barbed wire. Begins the battle. Hopefully this will be a bit less of a Charlie Foxtrot. I actually have artillery cover for one thing. Alright, enemy is online, but without a observation balloon, I need to wait for them to come into range. On the bright side, machine guns. So now we wait. Let's kick the game's speed up a little. Where are you? This is why the observation balloons are so expensive. They're useful. Though... I can see their observer balloon. Can I hit that from here?
Établissez les positions.
It's almost in range.
Vérifiez les coordonnées pour le barrage.
Probably not worth the effort. Aha! Here comes the enemy. Right, normal speed and
Établissez le barrage.
drop an
Commencez le
artillery
barrage.
barrage on top of them as well. Oh, hey, they've got siege artillery. They also found the blind spot in my machine gun nest. Alright. So, we are not going to be stopping that charge anytime soon.
Attendez les ordres.
So...
Tenez-vous prêts.
Right.
Tenez-vous prêts.
Order the two line infantry units to evacuate their trench.
Mettez-vous en position.
The machine guns will hopefully give some cover. But with this blind spot here, there's not a lot I can do until the artillery recharges. Where else are they going for?
On a de nouveaux ordres.
Not sure. But let's swing the rear line reserve across as well. It's going to take them a while to get them. They'll be under fire some of the way. Reserve lines are fine. First and second lines are here. They may literally just be going for a single heavy right hook to do this. Which could get ugly. Alright, how long until the artillery recovers? Okay, communication trench is evacuating. Artillery is reloading, unfortunately. Okay, good, they're hitting the second line. Okay, the AI is very good at spotting the gaps in my line. On the bright side, that does mean they are effectively funneled. So once the artillery recovers, we can start punching some holes. First line is engaged there. Second line reposition. Yeah, I think the AI's got one trick, and that is the basically mass everybody up and throw them all at one point. The disturbing thing is, of course, that since you don't know where that point is going to be, you have to cover the whole line, and this is where we get into the logic of defense and depth. Okay. Alright, so... is my artillery back? No, it is not. which is unfortunate because that is a juicy target. Oh, that is so juicy. Right. Right, remove that unit from
Attendez les
the
ordres.
firing step. Drop them back to there.
Tenez-vous prêts.
Second line to hold for the moment. Machine guns are doing what they can.
Attendez les ordres.
Forward infantry to engage there. Second line have probably got this company. Well, that company's basically been cut to pieces. This company should get chopped up before they make it to the trench. That's fine. Do I switch? Okay, let's switch a reserve company across.
En position de tir.
Hope for the best. Okay, artillery is going nowhere. Second line is engaging. Third line. Drop third line infantry up, over, and across. This is risky because it means getting out of the trench. But if I can get a third firing line established here, these guys are going to get basically hammered. At least that's the theory. Artillery is almost back. Let's bring in some reinforcements. One and two.
On attend les ordres.
Right. Commit. Ah! The enemy is not, in fact, engaging, swinging onto that flank as I thought they were going to. Their flamethrowers turned up. Artillery's almost recovered. Machine gun nests have fallen, but it was to be expected. Right.
Préparez-vous à
You lot
tirer.
onto the firing step. Okay, hold what we have. Artillery's almost back. Alright, I believe the operating term here is danger close. Except they're inside the arc of the artillery. Damn it. Fine, work with what you've got. I'm to just, turning the guns. Yeah, well. We're gonna lose the flamethrower company. Problem is that's my third line already. Alright, so much for the artillery. Okay. Bring them in, we're counter-attacking.
Au rapport. Renfort au rapport. Renfort prêt.
And that's my flamethrowers committed. Okay, go. Artillery, any time today, please. Supplies, civilians, please. Yes, I was aware of that.
Repliez-vous.
Thank you for pointing it out. Right, pause there.
On a
Right,
de nouveaux
reserve
ordres.
company. Get
Mettez-vous
onto
en
that
position.
firing step as fast as you can. I think you've got the arc. Hopefully that's enough people to make this work. Second company. Alright, let's close the trap behind them. Stormtroopers surrendered. Artillery is responding, not a lot I can do about that. Flamethrower units are moving in, as are the reserves.
Attendez les ordres.
Right,
Préparez les lance-flammes.
get those stormtroopers. Everyone else, hit that trench. so far,
Tenez-vous prêts.
well, it's not brilliant, but it's not terrible either. Okay, muster reserve troops over there and thin out a couple more companies
Attendez les ordres.
from here to help cover the command trench just in case things get messy. What worries me is that these guys are potentially in the vice if I commit them too soon, but slamming hard behind. Yeah, let's just hope the flamers work as advertised. Come on. Hit the line, gentlemen. Okay, flamethrower troops are committed. Okay, French company is committed. There we go, they managed to clear that line. Firing trench defeated, but they are now going to have to scoot sideways to get out from under that artillery barrage. Okay, German company there got quite badly caught. We've got 2 fresh reserve companies in place. Let's see if we can stabilize that situation. And 2 companies of flamethrowers got completely wiped out in seconds. How the hell did that happen? Oh, I think that must have been a friendly fire problem. Holy hell, those grenadiers... Okay, the grenadiers are gone. Alright. Withdraw that company. They are going to get cut to pieces otherwise.
Attention.
Order both companies there to countercharge. And I hate to say this, guys, but I need to throw the flamethrowers into the mix as well. Oh, that's going to be ugly. There's only 11 of them left.
Chargez.
Well, do it anyway. Artillery. Here we have a second wave coming in, courtesy of the Germans. Right. Doesn't particularly matter, although every little helps. Right.
On a de nouveaux ordres.
Drop this company back to its start line and skedaddle this company sideways onto the firing stack. Okay, so countercharge is stabilized. We are still good to an extent. No, not through the trenches, you idiot! There's an entire company of German infantry.
Nouveaux ordres. En position de tir.
Right. Not good. What the hell possessed them to do that? Alright, company is off the firing trench. However, the infantry company is going to get cut to pieces. Right, jobbed. That company is dealt with. They're back on the firing step. I have another company withdrawing. Artillery is clear. Right, can we re-establish the firing line here? That's the question. I'm going to lose this company.
Regardez les
Alright.
ordres.
Order them. Oh, they're engaged. They are not withdrawing. Right.
Tenez-vous prêts.
Stormtrooper. Okay, keep that unit piled in.
Attention.
And do I keep this company on the firing step in case these guys come over, or do we attempt to crush the stormtroopers? I think
Feu à volonté.
the grenadiers have got to go. All right,
On a de nouveaux
another
ordres.
sideways. We'll try the sideways close again.
Mettez-vous en position.
Send
On
one
a de nouveaux ordres.
and send two.
Préparez-vous à tirer.
Engage.
Recouvert.
The grenadiers should eat it hot.
On a de nouveaux ordres.
Actually, new plan. Get that company. What the hell are this lot doing?
Attention. On
They're getting
avance.
cut to pieces out there.
C'est perdu.
Never mind, they've had it. Quite why they decided to get out of their trench, I have no idea. Right, choppy choppy. Well done, everybody. Next. Hey guys, would you like to have your little disagreement in private? No? Good. Fine. This should be suitably bloody. Yep, there we go. Okay, situation is stabilized. Right in time for the next wave to turn up. Joy! Alright, they're coming on in the same old way. We're gonna have to try to see them off in the same old way. Okay. Spread the companies out. Withdraw that company. Bring in a fresh infantry company from the flank. Oh crap.
On arrive après le bataille, on dit.
Okay, reinforce. They've got flamethrowers. Horrific. Okay. Firing lines, people. Okay, good news, we managed to cut that bunch of stormtroopers to pieces. So the flamers are out of commission temporarily. Right, what's the effective range on these guys? That's fine. If I order the attack, are you going to do something stupid like charge? Maybe. Either way, we need to very rapidly wait for them to get into range and then cut that flamethrower company to pieces. Right, they are fine. Divert them into the reserves. 31 supply left. Okay, pause that. Okay, they did not do anything stupid like getting out of their trench, but the flamethrower troops are about to engage full strength, so that's going to be messy. They've got a rolling barrage. Fine, you know what? Drop those two companies back.
Sur la ligne. On a de nouveaux ordres.
Okay,
Mettez-vous en
set
position.
one,
On a de nouveaux ordres,
set
barrez-vous sur la
two.
ligne.
Right, just hope this barrage can help. Let them have the ground. Or, since apparently that's not happening... Right.
Attendez les ordres. Tenez-vous prêts.
Do we countercharge?
Attention.
Alright. Withdraw that company and bring in a reinforcement company to replace them. Unfortunately, so far so not good. And they are literally just pouring in wave after wave, aren't they? Okay, how much more have they got? Right. More to the point, how much more can I spare?
On a de nouveaux ordres.
Alright, let's see. Shuffle two companies along here.
Préparez-vous sur la
Muster
ligne.
them. Shuffle one company along to replace just in case. And one company from here again, just as a backup.
Sur la ligne.
Yeah. I'm going to lose both of these companies to sheer numbers. Okay, 2 companies lost.
Attendez les ordres.
Alright. They got cut to pieces. Alright, we'll let this lot... Seriously? They're gonna... What has... Oh yeah, I ordered the attack, didn't I? Alright, we'll deal with this bunch first. Let the firing line knock them to pieces. Alright. Approach along this line was a bad idea. The air is not smart enough to skedaddle from sideways along the trenches, is it? Okay, rolling advance coming in, that's fine, but it won't help that bunch of infantry there. Okay, so they're out of it. Wait for this barrage to pass. Oh hey, grenadiers. Right. I'm not going to get the opportunity to counter-attack here, so... have to settle for repeated infantry fire and just keep chopping them to pieces as they come. Anyone else? We can do this all day. Oh, I see why. They're stuck trying to capture point B. The AI doesn't realise. That's a weak spot in the AI. Okay, we have a moment. Right, this is going to be bloody, but clear that bunch out. Hey guys, it's your next door neighbours, and we are very unhappy. Right, in the meantime, bring those 2 regiments up to the step. Okay, that was quick. German infantry have surrendered. Firing trench is secured. Situation has stabilised again. Right, 1 and 2. Get back up onto the line, bring them onto the firing step. Point B is secure for the price of several hundred dead. Oh, and hey, here comes their next attempt. Right. They come on in the same old way. We see them off in the same old way. Obliging their artillery to do some of the job for me, but there you go. Oh hey, that was a rolling barrage. They can't have many reserves left. Yes, they can have enough. Alright, first firing line's going to have to commit. First unit surrendering, second unit surrendering. I'm about to lose my forward line. That's fine, that was a problem, but expected. Alright. Move them along, reinforce the line. Next unit gets chopped up. And the last survivors charge straight into a trench line, get horribly outnumbered, and cut to pieces. And they're all dead. Hooray. You know, I think this second line is out of range of the German artillery. Alright, let's hold what we've got. Point B is stable. They might shift focus. Are there any companies that need reinforcement? Not particularly. Oh well, here we go again. No flamethrower units. I think we've blunted the worst of their assault infantry. Artillery. Target. Engage. Oh, I've got one more artillery barrage left, or one more reserve company. Yikes. That was sobering. Okay, company eliminated, company eliminated. Alright, we'll withdraw that company from the line, bring in the last reserve unit.
Au rapport.
And, ooh, I can withdraw this unit as well. Company withdraw and restock.
Au rapport.
Okay, and that is it for reserves. That's, yeah, that the Germans have only got artillery cover up to the first line. If they, the moment they try to move across it, their light artillery can't provide cover anymore. And, oh looky, here we go again. They can't have much left, surely. I'm not even asking. Nice try with the rolling barrage. Oh, hey, maybe their rolling barrage does have the range. Thankfully, the second line... Oh, hey, they have stormtroopers again. Lucky me. Prioritize. Prioritize now, damn it. Kill them all. Thank you. That was entirely too close. Alright, stormtroopers are surrendered. Basic infantry are getting chopped to pieces. Gonna have to withdraw another company in a moment. Okay, they're beaten. Right, withdraw them. And
On a de nouveaux ordres.
withdraw them. Put a fresh company into that line.
Renfort au rapport.
This is going better. Thankfully, the AI does appear to be engaging donkey mode. I mean, you'd think by the fourth time we cut an attack wave to pieces, they'd have realised, hey, maybe we should be hitting somewhere else. Mind you, I hope they don't decide to hit somewhere else, because I have pretty much
On a de nouveaux
denuded
ordres.
the entire system of defences elsewhere. Alright, let's pull the command trench reserve out.
Mettez-vous en position.
Oh, hey.
On a de nouveaux ordres. Préparez-vous sur la
And
ligne.
bring them up. Yeah, they've had enough. Oh hey, they got the trench. Well, congratulations, sirs. I'm not inclined to disagree, given that I know that's in range of your artillery barrage, so I'm quite content to wait the clock out and chop you all to pieces the slow way. Or I could wait for the command reinforcements to arrive and then attempt to shove you back. But that would be a... Ah, the Germans are requesting a ceasefire. We will accept that ceasefire. Germans have stopped assault. Troops are standing down. We have held ground. Huzzah. Alright. We won! We were hilariously outnumbered, but we won. Yikes. What was the What was the butcher's bill? Oh, good lord. That's... That is, frankly horrifying. We lost 2,600 in 20 minutes of combat. They lost over 12,500. Ick. Holy shit. In fact, you know, just for reference, first day of the Somme. Alright, bear in mind that this was one little sector of a front. The first day of the Somme saw 57,000 casualties. Yikes is the word for that. Yikes. Yeah, that is a very big oof. Infantry companies and corps are never destroyed, but you must pay to replenish them with gold after each battle, and that got very expensive. Yeah. So, a major victory. German national will takes a beating, and we have new research grants. Our leaders have focused many institutes and think tanks. Research points increased to +2. And my turn begins. I have 2 research points, 1,200 extra gold, and spies everywhere. Indeed. -5 national will. Enemy spies confirmed in our territory. Someone get Captain Kell on the line. We could use his help if he's not too busy in London right now. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where I am going to leave it. We'll be coming back to this. I think it may turn into part of the regular rotation of games. But thank you one and all. And join me tomorrow for some Star Citizen. And Wednesday it will be Bloodbath episode 2. My god, I've killed the equivalent of a small town in 2 hours. And you know something else? The drinks cabinet hasn't moved so much as an inch in either direction. Oh well, just get to it. Farewell.